Alright, so we are hot off the trail from just playing Skull and Bones, right? The Ubisoft game that took forever to freaking finish. As far as I know, that game was in development right before 2014. They've scrapped the game multiple times. Actually, 2012, right? It was 2012 that was first released, or it was just in development during then. Then the game was supposed to be, right, this multiplayer kind of experience. I think multiplayer lobby, you just get thrown in there, and it's basically like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the Jackdaw ship kind of combat. That's kind of what the game was centered around, and then they changed it to something else. I forget what it was. I think they tried to go like semi-open world or something. No, RPG, right? It was RPG. Then they scrapped that, and then they made it semi-open world, kind of MMO. Players see each other, but then you just attack ships. And basically a watered-down version of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but with multiplayer. Okay, well, from experiencing, these are my impressions after the open beta, the game's an absolute waste of time. It is not worth your time, it's not worth your money. It is absolutely woke with its freaking egalitarian crew members, right? You have women, a part of freaking pirates crew. Like, we all know what would happen to a woman in those times, especially on a pirate ship. You know how many times they would freaking copulate with each other? Like, my word, bro. It's just... It is so insane that they tried, and then the way that they tried to treat those women, making the women masculine. The women talk like men, they act like men, they act in a silly, foolish manner like pirate men you would expect to behave. Which those are just, I mean, they're low-class men. And now we're making them also women. Back then, women would have no reason to go through the pain of being a pirate. Being a pirate wasn't just, we don't even have to get into it. Listen, women were not pirates. They didn't want to be pirates, and it's just as a male profession, and they try to put women in different. There's so much egalitarian bullcrap because it's almost like they just randomized it, right? They put it through a randomizer. They gave a bunch of random skin colors, a bunch of random sexes. Well, the two sexes, but. And then they just randomly washed it up. Like, okay, we're gonna have a female merchant there, which women merchants, bro. Women were merchants. That it is the most asinine thing that women would go through being a merchant, especially during a pirate era. Are you kidding me, dude? I cannot even believe that anyone on the development team at Ubisoft would think that this is acceptable and think that this is immersive in any way. Story is basically non-existent. Played the beta, it's freaking crap. And there just came a point, I was just ignoring it. It's like, dude, there is no story here. It is a freaking joke that this is the thing, man. Why hire a writer if they're not going to do their job? If you're not going to do your job, if you're not going to write well, don't write at all. Do not hire a writer if they're not going to make a story that is worth even looking at, considering, or paying attention to. Only hire people for what is absolutely necessary and what is worth engaging with. So the animators, the voice actors, don't hire those people. You wasted your money. The only reason anyone's picking up Skull and Bones is really for no good reason, right? If you don't have anything going on in your life, then yeah, you're gonna pick up Skull and Bones and you're gonna play it. But, bro, the only reason anyone's going to pick it up, for the little reason there is to pick it up, is the gameplay. And there's no good gameplay there, right? Getting between locations is annoying. The hub areas are a waste of time. There's no reason to be there, right? You spawn into a hub area, you walk up to merchants to talk to them. It really should have been relegated to a menu screen. And you just sit there and you buy your freaking ammo, you buy your stupid crap, and you leave. But even that's not fun. And the way that the freaking game starts is not fun either. You should have started out, right, in this open lobby, new players just join in, or it's AI, right? If the game gets old and less people are playing it. But it should be, first and foremost, you get into an open lobby, it's a bunch of players fighting each other, shooting at each other, it's elimination style, and basically you're in that lobby until you're killed. And let's just say the new players, when they're learning the mechanics, they get hyper armor, right? But it's elimination, and eventually everyone kills each other, and that's where you get to the first cutscene, which is your ship getting wrecked, right? That's the way they should have done it, because they wanted this game to be an MMO freaking pirate game, and they didn't do that. They didn't make it immersive. They didn't make it cool. You're literally just shooting at a bunch of random ships that just basically get one shot. You're invincible. It's so lame, so boring, and it's uncharacteristic of its own genre. This game, Skull and Bones, right? It sucks. So they missed every shot that they had to make an interesting gameplay mechanic out of the beginning of the game, the middle of the game. I have no idea why this game was made, because then after that, right, the opening scene, and then you get into the gameplay, the tutorial of the game is boring. It takes forever. There is nothing that you're actually interacting with or engaging in. There's nothing to get immersed with. Again, dude, where are we in the world of Skull and Bones? Where's the geography? Everyone is equal race. It is literally comical. They made it 50-50. It's black, white, black, white. You look at the people sitting around talking to each other. It's black, white, black, white, black. They forced diversity everywhere. It is so painful to look at. There's certain areas, right? You'll just see like all dead white people and all black people, and it's like, what are these demographics, bro? Where are we? There is no geographical sense of location in Skull and Bones. So there's no immersion there. And again, the story is non-existent. There's nothing to pay attention to. It's so boring what they talk about. It's just, oh, you're here, and like, oh, I see you have a fortune ahead of yourself in this world of piracy and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, dude. Who cares? If you don't have a world worth getting immersed into, I don't care what anyone's saying, and there's no reason to care what anyone's saying, because they're wasting your time. This is something that past writers used to understand, is to be aware of your own value and to provide something. People are paying good money for this game. You need to give them a quality experience. People need to be saying something that matters. Why did you hire a writer? Why are you wasting your players' time with crappy writing? I don't understand it. But if this were a TV show, this freaking game, you would be bored. You would be bored, not even within the pilot episode, right? 10 minutes in, you'd be like, okay, I'm out of here. I don't know how. This is a AAA studio, bro. This is Ubisoft. How the frick you are hiring crappy writers for your pirate game? I can't even get it. I don't understand it. It pisses me off. So, gameplay's not really that fun. You shoot at boats. There are weak spots, random weak spots on the boats, okay? The boarding with your crew mechanic is boring and it's lame, right? In Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you literally board a ship and you fight the crew on that ship. You kill them, you take their loot. Awesome. In this game, what happens with Skull and Bones? There's literally a cutscene, and that's it. There's a cutscene, you rope into the ship, and then it just blacks out to back to your ship on the seas. You start fighting again. That's it. It's just a quick little cutscene of you roping into the ship that you weakened so that you could board it. And then the other issue, let's talk about how freaking crappy the boarding system is, because you fire these ropes that they have to land onto the ship target that you're firing at, but even when it lands, you don't rope into the freaking ship that you fire it at. So I fire at a ship, I have to fire at it multiple times with my hooks, and they have to land, so you have to arc it and all that crap. And then when it lands, it doesn't even activate the cutscene. You literally have to shoot at the ship like 3 to 4 times. Sometimes you get lucky on the first chance, but it's not even chance-based. But the game treats it like it's chance-based because I guess it's glitched. Whenever you fire the hooks and it lands, it just doesn't operate, it doesn't activate, it doesn't work. So you have to do it multiple times. It is the clunkiest mechanic. And it's really the staple mechanic for getting loot, but also of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It was the staple mechanic of taking down ships. So whatever, dude, it's so bad. The gunplay, right? It's just basic. It's not like Black Flag where there's just a lot to the jackdaw that you can utilize, and whatever, maybe it gets better, don't care. Or no, not that it gets better, but right, maybe there's just more options as you get bigger and better ships. But that's not what the game, when you start, it's boring. You fire the cannons and that's it. There's no sense of immersion with the combat, and it just feels watered down from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, even though it's not really changed that much. It somehow they managed to just, there's no, dude, the AI is what, you just stare at each other, you fire at each other, it's over. And again, the clunkiness of the boarding mechanics, so that's thrown in there too. And then outside of all that, right, so that's all the frustration with the combat. For some reason, bro, they decided to throw into this game, this is stupid, they threw in a stamina bar to the sailing mechanic. Why would you do that? If you want the fullest boost on your sails that you can get, right? The full max speed, there's a stamina bar associated with it. There was no stamina bar. I don't know, in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I don't know why the wind suddenly has a stamina bar. Makes no sense, it's stupid. It takes forever to get from location A to B. The world is empty, the skybox is lame, it's there's just nothing really to look at, the environments are lame. The water, literally, like some of the foam on the water looks like dandelions or whatever. Looks like tree seeds or saplings, whatever you call them, don't care. And just looks like that, and just like a bunch of it's floating across the top of the water. The water actually looks better in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The world does not look beautiful, the textures are low effort. The game looks like a 2014 game, the graphics are lame. This is a Ubisoft game. You guys have been in this business how long, and you can't make all of your games look good? What is going on, man? It just looks bad. My entire impressions from the beta is just don't buy this game. It's not worth it. Bro, they have a freaking indoctrination, I guess, agreement at the beginning of the game, you know? You have to sign away and agree to, like, oh, play a specific way, play in a liberal manner, because, you know, it's not enough that the development company, Ubisoft, is woke and they're liberal, but they have to now get you, they have to literally indoctrinate you and coerce you when you start the game. Are you going to agree to play in a way that we tell you to play? Which I get. What are you gonna do, Ubisoft? What are you gonna do to your player that gave you money to play your game, your product? So now you guys have to be fascist with your player base. If you do not ascribe to our politics of how to play a game, and we're also going to just assume that you're going to be a cheater, what the frick? Okay, then what? We're going to probably maybe do something to you. It is so stupid. I'm the customer, you do what the frick I want you to do. You answer to me, I don't answer to you. Screw you, Ubisoft. Screw you, absolutely. You are not the... You're not the customer here. You're not the person giving us money to play your crappy, woke game. But there you go, man. I mean, the gall and the freaking arrogance of these developers is insane. That they believe they can make dog water horse crap games, and then they can tell you, by the way, that has no immersion, nothing worth getting immersed into or playing. Then they literally think that you have to be coerced and you have to conform to how they think you should be. It's ridiculous, man. So after playing this freaking open beta, it's just so clear to me, man. This game's a waste of money. I feel sorry for whoever wastes their money on Skull and Bones. This is not a good game. It's boring. Getting from point A to point B takes forever. There's a stamina bar for the freaking air on your ship to have maximum speed. So like, you have to manage, instead of building a mechanic to manage combat and have more dynamics within combat, They built a mechanic for traveling, which is just a stamina bar, so it takes longer and it's more annoying to get from one place to the other. And then let's just say this one last thing, the currency in the game. You don't get enough of it. There's a bunch of expensive crap to get. Expensive clothing, expensive sails, expensive colors. Everything's expensive, expensive upgrades for different random things. Why am I having to grind so hard to get so many simple things? Sea of Thieves has the same issue. That game sucked, and you have to grind so much just to get simple colors to the sails of your boat and to get simple cosmetics and customization options. I don't know what it is with these games where they provide you less value than what they expect to get in return, right? They expect, right? They're going to give you a modicum of any worthwhile content. And then they literally put into the game as well microtransactions. They are doing everything they can to extract value out of you. They want to take from you, right? $60 or $70, I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it depends on the platform, don't care. Full priced game. You are spending full price for this game. It's a crappy game. It's a lazy game. And then they expect you to spend money for their microtransactions? In a game that's already grindy? Oh my gosh. You might as well have just made this game free, but even then it's a waste of your time. Why would you play it? So that's it, man. I thank you for making it this far into the video, and just, yeah, dude, this game sucks. I now know for certain I'm not going to freaking buy this game. It is so bad what I experienced in the open beta, and I just cannot believe that this is the point that we've gotten to with the modern gaming market. It's bad. The industry it sucks. They are not hiring the best.